in the world of AI and with such advancements in technology, in the capacity to write programs, and the bad side of AI, as some fear that, hacking becomes far more easier. Just as you write a good program, it can write a very bad program as well. How essential is cybersecurity, and what is your work in advising companies who follow this subject very closely?
First of all, thank you for having me. And you raise a really good point around AI. But I would say cybersecurity is rather evergreen. Whenever you have a new technology and there is great enthusiasm to adopt it, equally we start to realize what are the cybersecurity implications, i.e. the risks and vulnerabilities that start to impact the organization by virtue of bringing them into the mix, right? Now, AI is particularly interesting because from the moment AI came into the mix, there has been great adoption. In fact, we publish a report called the Global Cybersecurity Outlook report, where last year we asked respondents how many of them were testing for security of the tools that they were bringing into the enterprise. Just 37% reported that they were doing anything. But here's the good news. When we did it this year, we basically discovered that 64% of all organizations are today testing for security. Okay. So I think we're making progress in that regard. So that's the good news. But if you go on the other side, respondents also believe that 87% of them that cyber-enabled vulnerabilities are the AI-enabled vulnerabilities are the greatest cyber risk. So it's both sides of the same coin. At the same time, there is great promise that AI holds as well. At the Center for Cybersecurity, we are running a program which is around how can AI be harnessed to empower cyber defenders. If we're looking at areas such as anomaly detection, if you want to look at trends or, insider threats, if you look at things that look not quite normal in terms of the daily functioning, AI can be good at identifying those, and I think there's great promise. I'll say one last thing around AI. In cybersecurity, for the longest time, we've been talking about the deficit of human talent, right? So roughly shortages around 5 million or something. So in that light, if you look at AI, any help that the sector can get is much wanted, and AI starting to work together with the workforce can really enhance capabilities.
In the present geopolitical circumstances, it's very clear that cybersecurity has a far more serious edge as well, because it's a element which is part of warfare as well. How is the intersection of geopolitics and cybersecurity playing out right now?
So, geopolitics is deeply intertwined with cybersecurity. In fact, it's become a defining feature of cybersecurity strategies. At one level, if you look at the large organizations, again, as demonstrated by the report, 91% of organizations, large organizations, are now factoring in geopolitics into their cyber strategies. What is the reason for that? The reason is that either organizations can be the target of attacks, for example, if you're critical infrastructure, grids, etc., yes, or you can be caught in the crosshairs. Now, the other dimension of this is overall confidence, and we checked for that. We asked our respondents, how confident are you in your nation's ability to address cyber incidents or safeguard against cyber incidents? 31% of our respondents said low confidence in their nation's ability to protect. Now, if we look across regions, there is a diversity, right? If we look at the highest, it's around 84% in MENA. They are confident that they can protect against it. Whereas if you go down to Latin America, that confidence drops significantly. So it's quite a range, but at the same time, I think there is huge concern among citizens in terms of the nation's ability to protect.
Have you done an assessment of India, and if so, where do we stand?
I think India stands somewhere in the middle, so I think around the 50% range or something like that. So there is confidence, but at the same time there is skepticism.